Out there, in the vastness of space, are worlds that make our wildest science fiction look downright unimaginative. What if I told you there are planets where the forecast calls for liquid iron rain, and the clouds are made of glass? The universe is far stranger than we often give it credit for. As of 2025, astronomers have confirmed the existence of well over 5,600 planets beyond our solar system, with thousands more candidates waiting in the wings. Each one is a unique world, but some of these discoveries have been so profoundly weird they force us to rethink the very rules of how planets are made. So, let's take a tour of the galactic neighborhood and visit some of the most bizarre exoplanets we've ever found. These are the cosmic misfits and celestial oddities that challenge everything we thought we knew. 1. The Pink Planet, GJ504. First up, we travel about 57 light-years away to the constellation Virgo to meet a planet that looks like it was plucked from a dream. Meet GJ504b, nicknamed the Pink Planet. And no, that's not just a cute name. This gas giant actually glows with a stunning dark cherry blossom hue. But that beautiful color isn't born from anything gentle. This world is glowing pink from the leftover heat of its own violent formation. It's a young planet, still radiating the immense energy from its birth. Think of it like a piece of cosmic iron pulled from a forge, but instead of glowing red-hot, it glows a deep, surreal pink. What makes GJ504b so strange besides its color is where it is. It orbits its star at a distance almost 44 times farther than Earth is from the Sun. That's a huge gap. According to our leading theories of planet formation, it should be incredibly difficult for a gas giant this big to form so far out. There just wasn't enough raw material in the early solar system to build such a monster out in the cold. The existence of GJ504b is a beautiful puzzle. It's forcing astronomers back to the drawing board, suggesting that maybe giant planets can form through other, more chaotic ways we're only just beginning to grasp. It's a gorgeous, glowing anomaly that reminds us the universe doesn't always play by our rules. 2. The Whiplash Planet, HR5183. Next, we have a planet that's the definition of chaotic. If most planets follow a predictable circular track, HR5183b is like a cosmic stunt driver pulling a wild, uncontrolled maneuver. Located about 103 light-years away, this gas giant, which is at least 3 times the mass of Jupiter, has been called the Whiplash Planet, for a very good reason. Most planets have a fairly circular orbit. HR5183b throws that idea right out the window. Its orbit is wildly eccentric, a long, dramatic oval. For most of its 74-year journey, it hangs out in the cold, dark edges of its system. Then, as it swings back in, gravity grabs hold and accelerates it violently, like a slingshot. It whips around its star at incredible speed before being flung back out into the darkness to start its long, slow journey all over again. An orbit this extreme would likely eject any smaller Earth-like planets from the system. So how did it get this way? The leading theory is a dramatic story of planetary sibling rivalry. Astronomers think HR5183b once had a neighbor of a similar size. At some point, a close encounter between them sparked a gravitational tug-of-war. One planet was kicked out of the system entirely, while HR5183b was thrown into the bizarre orbit we see today. This planet is a survivor of a cosmic brawl, a testament to how violent planetary systems can be. 3. The Exposed Core. TOI 849. Bohr journey now takes us to a truly strange object that challenges what it even means to be a planet. This is TOI 849b, a world that astronomers believe is the naked, exposed heart of a dead gas giant. Found about 700 light-years from Earth, TOI 849b is a fascinating paradox. It's about the size of Neptune, but as dense as our own rocky Earth. It packs about 40 times Earth's mass into that space, making it the beefiest rocky world ever found. But that's the problem. A planet that massive shouldn't be just rock. Its immense gravity should have vacuumed up colossal amounts of hydrogen and helium gas, turning it into a gas giant like Jupiter. The fact that it's a dense, rocky world without that puffy atmosphere means something catastrophic must have happened. This has led scientists to classify it as a chthonian planet, the leftover core of a gas giant that had its atmosphere violently stripped away. There are 2 likely scenarios for this planetary gutting. 1. It migrated too close to its star, and the intense heat and radiation blasted its atmosphere away over millions of years. It orbits its star in a blistering 18 hours, cooking it at around 1,530 degrees Celsius. Or 2, a massive collision with another protoplanet could have ripped its gaseous envelope away in the chaotic early days of the system. Whatever happened, TOI 849b gives us an unprecedented peek into the heart of a gas giant, a place we could never see in our own solar system. 4. The Mirror Planet, LTT 9779. Get ready for a planet that shines with an impossible mirror-like brilliance. Our next stop is LTT 9779b, a world so reflective it's been called the shiniest exoplanet ever discovered. Orbiting a star over 260 light-years away, this Neptune-sized world reflects a staggering 80% of the light that hits it. For comparison, Earth only reflects about 30%. This planet is as reflective as a fresh blanket of snow. But this isn't some frozen icy world. LTT 9779b is an ultra-hot Neptune, whipping around its star in just 19 hours and hitting temperatures over 2,000 degrees Celsius. So what makes a planet this hot so shiny? The answer is something straight out of fantasy. Its clouds are made of metal and glass. At these searing temperatures, materials that make up rocks on Earth, like silicates, are vaporized. This vapor rises, saturates the atmosphere, and condenses into clouds made of microscopic droplets of molten glass and titanium. Imagine a sky filled not with water vapor, but with shimmering, reflective clouds of liquid metal. These clouds might be the very reason the planet still exists. LTT 9779b orbits in a zone known as the Hot Neptune Desert, where a planet of its size should have had its atmosphere boiled off long ago. But scientists think these reflective clouds act like a giant cosmic shield, bouncing the star's energy back into space and preventing the planet from being completely destroyed. It's a world that created its own metallic armor to survive. The universe is packed with these incredible mind-bending worlds, and we're just scratching the surface. If you're enjoying this trip into the cosmos, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. It really helps us out and ensures you won't miss our next deep dive into the mysteries of space. Now back to the weird. 5. The Heavy Metal Planet, WASP 121. If you thought clouds of liquid glass were extreme, our next destination takes atmospheric weirdness to another level. Let's travel around 850 light-years to WASP 121b, a world where the air itself is filled with vaporized heavy metals. WASP 121b is an ultra-hot Jupiter, tidally locked and orbiting its star in just over 30 hours. This proximity heats its day side to an incredible 3,000 degrees Celsius. That's so hot that astronomers have detected iron, magnesium, chromium, and vanadium floating as vapor in its atmosphere. The planet is so hot it's literally tearing itself apart. Its star's gravity is stretching it into the shape of an egg, while the intense radiation makes its atmosphere bleed into space. But the weather is what truly defies imagination. The huge temperature difference between the scorching day side and the cooler 1,500-degree night side drives ferocious winds. These winds whip the vaporized metals from day to night. As the gas cools, these heavy elements would condense and rain out of the atmosphere. On WASP 121b, you wouldn't just get iron rain, but potentially rain made of other minerals and gems. 6. The Iron Rain Planet, WASP 76. Now we arrive at one of the most famously hellish worlds ever found, WASP 76b, the planet where it literally rains molten iron. Located about 640 light-years away, this exoplanet offers one of the most vivid and terrifying examples of alien weather. Like many worlds on our list, WASP 76b is an ultra-hot Jupiter, with one side perpetually baked by its star. The dayside temperature soars above 2,400 degrees Celsius, hot enough to vaporize metals, including iron. So, on the sun-scorched side of WASP 76b, there's no solid ground, just vast quantities of iron gas. Here's where it gets wild. Ferocious winds sweep this iron vapor over to the planet's cooler, perpetually dark night side. While cooler is relative, the night side temperature drops to around 1,400 degrees. That's still incredibly hot, but it's below the condensation point of iron. So, as the iron vapor arrives, it cools, condenses, and forms clouds of molten iron. These clouds then create a downpour of liquid iron rain. Imagine a world where, instead of water, the sky weeps droplets of searing, molten metal. 7. The star planet, Kelt 9b. We've seen hot planets. We've seen really hot planets. But our next stop, Kelt 9b, redefines extreme heat. This isn't just a hot planet. It's hotter than most stars in the universe. Located about 670 light-years away, Kelt 9b's dayside temperature reaches an almost unbelievable 4,300 degrees Celsius. That's hotter than the surface of a red dwarf star. It's so hot that its atmosphere is being boiled away into space, creating a glowing tail of gas like a comet. At these temperatures, even molecules of hydrogen, the most common element in the universe, are ripped apart into individual atoms. The star it orbits is just as strange. It spins so fast that it's flattened at the poles and bulged at the equator, making the poles hotter than the middle. Kelt 9b orbits over these poles, so as it circles the star, it passes over the extra-hot polar regions and then the slightly cooler equatorial regions. This gives it massive temperature swings in a single 36-hour orbit. Kelt 9b is a world that truly blurs the line between planet and star, pushing the limits of what a planet can endure. 8. The zombie planet, PSR B257+12. For our final stop, we journey 2,300 light-years to a place that isn't just inhospitable, but positively nightmarish. Meet PSR B257+12b, one of the first exoplanets ever discovered and, arguably, the most terrifying. This planet and its siblings orbit an undead star. Their sun is a pulsar, the super-dense, rapidly spinning corpse of a massive star that went supernova. A pulsar is a city-sized object with the mass of a sun, and it sweeps beams of intense radiation across space like a deranged cosmic lighthouse. These planets, sometimes called zombie worlds, are constantly bathed in this deadly radiation, which would obliterate any chance for life as we know it. Their very existence is a mystery. A supernova should have completely destroyed any nearby planets. So how are they here? One grim possibility is that they're the shattered cores of gas giants that somehow survived the explosion. The second, even stranger theory, is that these planets formed after the supernova, coalescing from the debris disk left behind by the dead star. New worlds born from the ashes of the old. Either way, they exist in one of the most hostile environments we can imagine. From pink planets and glass clouds to worlds where it rains iron, the galaxy is filled with places that defy every expectation. We've seen a whiplash world, a naked planetary core, and zombie planets orbiting the corpse of a star. These bizarre exoplanets aren't just cosmic curiosities. They are crucial discoveries that expand the limits of our knowledge. They challenge our theories, push the boundaries of chemistry, and force us to be more creative in our search for life. Every new planet is another piece of the puzzle, revealing the incredible diversity of worlds the cosmos has to offer. The universe isn't just stranger than we imagine, it's stranger than we can imagine, and the search has only just begun. What did you think was the most bizarre planet on our list? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to keep exploring the cosmos with us, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. Thanks for watching.